Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another tier list. This time, I am going to be doing a fast food tier list. I'm going to give my opinion on pretty much every fast food there is. This is the ultimate 70 plus fast food tier list. You have your S through F and a never been. Let's get the never been out of the way now. I've had Checkers fries, and they're okay, but I'm not going to count that. I've never had Whataburger, White Castle, Zaxby's. I live on the West Coast, so a lot of these I know are East Coast. I don't think I've had Cece's Pizza. Hardee's I know is on this side of the country is called Carl's Jr. I don't see it on here, so we'll save that. I've never had In-N-Out, unfortunately. Don't know what this Lilo's barbecue is. I've actually never had Long John Silver's. Marco's Pizza. Steak and Shake I've never had. Church's Chicken I've never had. Whatever Friendly's is. Johnny Rockets. Have I had Del Taco? I think I have. Olive Garden, Red Robin. Dave and Buster's I've never had. That's another one I can go to that I just haven't. Haven't had Tim Hortons. That's Canadian, isn't it? I've never had this on the border stuff. I've heard of it. Carrabba's, never had that. I've actually never been to the Cheesecake Factory. Beef O'Brady's, Bonefish Grill. El Pollo Loco I've never had either. Hungry Howie's, I've had their pizza. Never had Hooters, believe it or not. Cheddar's, Crystal, Longhorn, something or other. I've never had Ruby Tuesdays or Texas Roadhouse. Okay. Oh, I've never had Chili's either, actually. I just realized that. Let me make absolute sure I've been to every single place on here that's left. I've been to Dunkin' Donuts. I don't think I've ever actually been to a Dunkin' Donuts. I don't think they have them on the West Coast anymore. I don't remember if it was a Del Taco or a Taco Del More. Okay, so I guess I haven't had Hungry's Pizza. I think he doesn't remember. I'm pretty sure it was Hungry Howie's, but whatever. Because I'm unsure about Del Taco, I'm going to put it in don't, because it might have been a Taco Del Mar. I don't know. Okay, we're going to go ahead and actually get started with this list. Right off the bat, this doesn't actually exist, but I'm going to... Krusty Krab is S tier. It has to be. I know you can't actually eat there, to my knowledge, but I'm just going to put it there. All right. And these aren't all fast food, even though it says fast food. A lot of these are sit-down restaurants, but whatever. Okay, starting with Arby's. Now, Arby's is an interesting one for me because a lot of their food makes me sick, but their gyros are pretty good. And their poppers aren't terrible, and their shakes are pretty good too. I'm going to give them a C because it does kind of equal out. Not the hugest fan of most of their food. Jack in the Box, that's another really weird one. Because their burgers are like okay. Those really cheap tacos are pretty good. Their chicken sandwiches are pretty good. Their breakfast is pretty good. I'm going to put them at C2, but above Arby's. I might actually drop Arby's down. Yeah, I'm going to drop Arby's down to D. Jimmy John's. Good sandwiches. Not my favorite sandwich place. We'll put them at B. They're good. They're consistent and they're solid. Honestly, there's a couple of places I think that should be on here now that I think about it, that I've been to that aren't on here, but, you know, this was the best fast food thing I could find. Okay, Sonic. Sonic is a C. Their food isn't that great, but their, like, drinks are great. The drinks are really good, but the food isn't. And by that, I mean, like, they have, like, slushies and, like, shakes that are really good, but I can't... Yeah, I'll put them at D then. Okay. Okay. IHOP. See, this is the first actual sit-down restaurant. I'm going to put IHOP at B because they are actually really consistent. I haven't, at least the one I go to, I haven't been there in a little while, but They are consistent. It's not the best food, but as I said, it's consistent enough. All right, Papa John's. You know what? I'm going to do this first, actually. We're just going to do let's just get all the dang pizza places out of the way. Okay, Pizza Hut first. I haven't had Pizza Hut in years. I used to get it all the time. But I'm going to give it a C now because it's probably my least favorite of the three here. Domino's, again, consistent. They're going to get a B. However, Papa John's, even though it's more expensive, their pizza's just, to me, better. I'm going to give them an A. They'll be our first official A. Yeah, I think I have to give them an A. Okay, Panda Express, another very, very consistent place for me. Yeah, I'm going to give them a B. They'll go up here. I don't think I want to give them an A because they're not... You know what? Actually, screw it. We will move them up to an A. But they'll be almost a B. It's going to be like a low A. But they are really consistent in their place. If I'm at like a mall, there's always one there, and I always end up going there. It's like Subway here, but we'll get to that. Okay, Popeyes. I've only been once, and it was okay. I think there's better chicken places. I'm going to give it a C. But, again, only been there once. Little Caesars... oh yeah, I did miss a pizza place. My bad, guys. But it's easily the worst pizza place around. D, easy. Their pizza is, for what it is, you can get it for cheap, and it does quench hunger, but it's not great. Burger King. I do not like Burger King. Yeah, I'm going to give them a D, to be honest. I'm just not a fan of Burger King at all. Their food usually, again, kind of like Arby's, it does kind of make me sick, but their chicken fries are pretty good. Oh, that's about it. That's all I can point out. But otherwise, I got nothing else. Okay. Funny we go on to like arguably my two favorite places to eat fast food wise next. Wendy's. Wendy's is going to get a very, very high A, borderline S. Next to the next one, that's where I try to go to. It's literally between these two that I pick between. I alternate. I'm still thinking about giving Wendy's an S because not only are they consistent, they're just like their food. No, I'm going to give them an S. Or, sorry, I'm going to give them an A because their burgers aren't as good. Like, their chicken is great. They have arguably the best, like, non-chicken fast food place chicken, if you know what I'm saying. Very, very good. Now, Taco Bell, fight me. It's an S tier. If I could live off of Taco Bell and it wouldn't kill me, I would eat it every day. Okay. Taco Bell is the end-all be-all for fast food. Subway. Subway. This one's interesting because they're consistent, but they're probably not the best sandwich place around. I'm going to give them a B, but it's going to be a low B. I like them more than these places. They are, again, consistent, and it's a place I usually go in a mall if I'm in a mall. Okay, Five Guys. Okay, their fries are incredible, but their food, but all of their food is so greasy, but it's good, and I hate the fact that you have to pay for everything separately. I think that's ridiculous. That being said, I am going to give them a low B because the food is good. It's terrible for you, but it's good. Applebee's. I've been there multiple times, and nothing there has been that great. However, it wasn't like it wasn't like... See, this is a tough one. Because, like, I've been there multiple times, and nothing's been great, but it hasn't been disgusting. So... do I give it an F? No, I don't think I'm going to give it an F. I'm going to give it a very low D, though. There'll be another one of these coming up here soon. Auntie Anne's Pretzels. I'm more of a Wetzel's Pretzels guy, but if it's in a mall and it's there, I'll take it. I'm going to give it a B because I love soft pretzels, okay? Chipotle. Chipotle is very, very good. It's probably a better version of Taco Bell, more authentic. I'm going to actually give that an A as well. I like how there's two circle logos in a row. But Chipotle is another one that I'll go to quite often. Me and my friends would always, when we were younger, and we do get-togethers, it would usually be like Wendy's, Chipotle, and then A&W KFC, which I'm going to put those two next to each other just because. But very good. I do like Chipotle a lot. I'll actually probably put it like right there if I were to organize them better. All right, Denny's. Denny's is the less good version of IHOP. I haven't been there in years because they don't have any over here anymore. Really, well, in my area, at least. I'm going to give them a C. Because it's a sit-down breakfast place, and those are pretty hard to mess up, honestly. Okay, then we have Hardee's, or Carl's Jr., as I like to call them. They are a really hit-or-miss place. Most of the time, they're okay. Their breakfast is pretty good, though. We'll round it out to a C, because I do prefer them over Arby's. And all these. So we'll give them a C. Alright, KFC / A&W. I used to go a lot more than I do now. They are not the best chicken. And A&W, literally, they're known for their drinks more than their actual food. Their actual food consists of, like, hot dogs, and I guess there's burgers and some other stuff, but it's not great. I'll give KFC a C. It's going to go below Popeyes. And then A&W, if they're really only good for their drinks, yeah, they have to go D then. Their drinks, like, I love A&W root beer. It's the best root beer. The cream soda is incredible. I don't know. Okay. Here we go. Buffalo Wild Wings. I've been there multiple times. This is exactly the same as Applebee's. And there'll be one more, actually, just by looking at this. It's not terrible, but it is way overhyped, and I almost wonder if people go there for the environment more than they go for the actual food. D for disappointment. I don't think it's an F, because we're like the only place I'd eat there. It's not like absolutely disgusting. Chick-fil-A. Arguably the best chicken place around, in my opinion. I don't like the company. I don't like the owner. I don't like what the company really stands for, but the food is good. B tier. Okay, Panera Bread. Oh, wow. Completely forgot this one was on here. I actually really like Panera Bread a lot. They're going to get A tier. Their broccoli cheddar soup and their sandwiches are pretty damn good too. Very good. All right, the big one, McDonald's. What can I say that hasn't been said? The only thing I do have to say is if you eat McDonald's, you're going to be hungry in a couple hours, if not less. Their breakfast is really solid, and they do have their business model down to a T. And you know exactly what you're getting when you go there. If I'm going by opinion, I think because of everything, I'm going to give them a B, even though their food isn't nearly the best. Dairy Queen. This is another one. Really hit or miss like Carl's Jr., but I think it's a little bit worse. Their ice cream, if you're going just for the ice cream alone, I'll give it a C, so I will give it a bump up above D. Because that is some good stuff. Why is Starbucks on here? It's not even the best coffee place. I'm going to give it a C. I'm not okay, you know what? It's kind of like McDonald's. We'll give it a B. It has its business model down to a T, and you know what you're getting when you go there. Waffle House. I believe I've only been once. I prefer it over Denny's, but not over IHOP. We'll put it in C, right about here. Basically right next to Denny's. Okay, now we go on to a string of a couple sit-down restaurants. First up, Olive Garden. This used to be one of my favorite restaurants as a kid, but they've lost so much money that the entire thing has gone kind of downhill, and they're not really that great anymore. Their breadsticks and soup are still solid, but the food just isn't the same as it used to be. And this hurts for me to do, but I'm going to give it a C. Plus, the last experience I had with them wasn't great. Okay, here we go. The only other restaurant I put up with Olive Garden growing up, on the same level, sit-down restaurant, was Red Robin. Uh, it is now surpassed, obviously, Olive Garden as my favorite sit-down restaurant. You know what? It's going to be the only other place to get an S in here, I think. If I have a sit-down restaurant, it's Red Robin because everything there is good. Everything I've ever had there. At the beginning of the pandemic, there were some hiccups, but that was just because nobody was working. We had a pretty ugly experience there. It wasn't like off-putting that we never wanted to go there again, but we just like went, maybe we shouldn't go for a little while so they can get their stuff together. But it's still my favorite restaurant. Consistent, usually. I love it. Okay, now when I mentioned disappointment, this place comes to mind. Cracker Barrel. A lot of people really like this place, and it's mostly known as like a southern and east coast thing, and they did just put one near me. I have, seeing as I've traveled across the country and I had family lived in Texas that now live in Pennsylvania, I have been to Cracker Barrel a few times, and every time it's been pretty mediocre. I'm not going to put it at D, though, because it's okay. We'll give it a C. Bob Evans. I went here when I visited Crystal way back in like 2014. It was really good, though. I'm going to give it a B just from the one experience I had with it. It was solid, and I would like to go again. Couple dessert places. I don't really want to call them dessert places, but I don't really call them fast food or sit-down restaurants. We got Krispy Kreme. Again, consistent. Not good for you, though. It'll get a B. They are consistent. As well as Baskin Robbins will also get a B. You know what you're getting when you go there. And it's not disgusting. You're not going to get anything terrible. Okay, then we go on to one of my favorite sandwich places, honestly. The only other one is Jersey Mike's. But this is an A. Firehouse Subs is easily an A. Their sandwiches are not only bigger, they have more stuff on them. The variety's better. I don't know. Their hook and ladder and the beef brisket are, oh my god. Yeah, great stuff. Plus, basically all the money, most of the money goes towards helping, emergency responders in the area. So, hey, and it's usually firemen. So, I'm okay with that. All right, Golden Corral. I've been like twice ever. There's actually one relatively close to me. Wasn't as good the second time, but it is a buffet. If it was pre-COVID, I would probably put it B, and I don't know how they're running ones outside of my area, but the experience I had recently, I'd put it in a high C. So I'll put it right here. It would be in B if it wasn't COVID, because a lot of stuff they did, they took away, like the chocolate fountain. Plus, the food just wasn't great at the one I was at. The first time I went, though, was pretty good. But I'm going to put them high C. I'll put it like literally almost a B. Could jump up to B if the experience gets better. Outback Steakhouse is another one that I think isn't great, but it's been a very long time since I've been there. Yeah, I'm going to give it a C because it's been so long. And then Red Lobster. I'm not big on seafood, but some of their stuff is okay. We'll give that a C as well. Yeah, I guess that's about it for me. It was a Hungry Howie's that we went to, so we're actually going to take this out of here, and that was actually really solid. I'll give it a B. I only had it like once or twice, but we'll put that in there. But that's my official fast food tier list. It doesn't have absolutely everything. Like it's missing places like New Jersey Mike's. I mean, there's all the sit-down restaurants that it's missing. Like, it's missing, like, stuff like Sherry's, which I don't even know if a lot of people know what that is. Trying to think. There's probably more I'm missing, but I legitimately can't think right now. But that's it. That's my official fast food tier list. See y'all next time. Bye.